So a few months ago, I made a video talking about how I finally took the plunge and invested in Bitcoin. Now, since then, I've been trying to learn more about sort of the world of crypto and kind of investing more into crypto and different coins and cryptocurrencies and using different platforms to do it with, etc. So I am by no means an expert on this stuff. My channel generally is focused more on beginners investing. So if you're a crypto expert, let me just say this video probably isn't for you. But having said that, a while ago, I posted on my Instagram talking about a new to me cryptocurrency, because this has been around for a while. But I posted about Cardano, and I was really interested to see just how many people had already told me that they had invested in it like last year, and now they were up like crazy amounts. And then also the amount of people that messaged me and said, please can you do a video on this? Like, I've never heard of it. So this is essentially for the latter. If you are in the crypto world, you're probably already aware of Cardano, so this video probably won't be useful. I was actually introduced to this coin by my uncle, so I do have him to thank. I did have huge gains on this coin pre the current crypto crash, so I'm really pleased with it. But the more I learned about it, the more I started putting into Cardano. So out of all of the coins that I hold, the Cardano currency, ADA or ADA, however you want to call it, is the one I hold the most in. Don't get me wrong, my crypto investments are a very small percentage of my overall portfolio, but out of those, ADA or ADA now makes up the majority of my investments. So the final thing to note, just before I jump in, I'm not a financial advisor and none of this is financial advice. All I want to do is just tell you about Cardano, and hopefully it will inspire you to do your own research before you decide whether or not to invest in it. And I will leave some links down below to some of these articles and research, and also the platforms that I use to invest in crypto. Please remember that all crypto investments are high risk investments. So despite all the hype, despite everything that could happen, and it could skyrocket, and like I said, I made about 90% profit, it could all go wrong too. So just don't invest money that you can't get back. I saw something this morning that just blew my mind, and I will paste it here and hopefully you will understand my concern. So first things first, what is Cardano? Cardano is a decentralized third generation proof of stake blockchain platform. And basically the way that I understand it is that it's kind of like the Ethereum platform, but it says here that whilst it shares characteristics, Cardano distinguishes itself from others through a commitment to peer-reviewed scientific research as building blocks for updates to its platform. It's actually made up of 3 organizations, so the IOHK, Cardano Foundation and Amogo. The first 2 are non-profit foundations and the third is a for-profit entity. And if we look at the Cardano website itself, it goes into the details of what each of these platforms does and what it's responsible for. So one of the first things I wanted to point out that kind of got me intrigued was that this is co-founded by one of the co-founders of Ethereum. And obviously Ethereum is currently the second largest crypto, second only to Bitcoin. So that was what initially piqued my interest and got me to do more and more research about it. Generally, the main takeaway is that Cardano is a blockchain and smart contract platform with a cryptocurrency called ADA. They have released products for identity management and product traceability, and they use a proof of stake algorithms. And now comes the most important thing for me in my eyes, and the thing that really blew my mind and got me to put my first investment into ADA. And that is that one of Cardano's biggest missions is to help bank the unbanked in developing nations. Now, what does that mean? I will show you. Cardano's Africa project proves that blockchain might improve the world. In many third world countries, you effectively have no property when you buy land. For example, there is a lack of the necessary bureaucracy, and often the authorities are corrupt. A whole 2.5 billion people do not have a bank account. They are excluded from the international economy. And the reason is that the reality of life for the billions of poor people is not profitable for the big banks. Transactions are more complex than we think and involve high costs. Cardano has actually partnered with the government of Ethiopia, a country of over 100 million people, to help upgrade their education system. Now, my understanding is that in countries like Ethiopia, their certifications tend not to mean anything outside of Ethiopia because they have a lot of fakes and a lot of corruption, etc. And with a platform like Cardano, students will receive blockchain-based IDs that will help them have actually fully certified, legit certifications. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, if that doesn't blow your mind like it blew mine, then I can't help you. But that to me is absolutely incredible, and purely on the basis of that, I would have been happy to invest in it because it just seems like a really worthwhile investment just from an ethical point of view. But that's not all. Not only are they working on this certification stuff, if we look at their website, they are also working on things like connecting people in Africa through world mobile infrastructure, to empower remote and hard to reach areas across the continent. They are working with Save the Children to create a blockchain based donation framework and lots of other cool stuff. So definitely one to watch out for. The next thing to point out with Cardano is that when we look at the market cap, they are actually 5th on the list, which to me is really, really good. I think when I first invested, they were 4th, but now they've dropped to 5th in the recent crash. I believe when I first looked, it was Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance Coin, and then Cardano. But obviously Tether here has overtaken them. So yeah, really important to flag, one of the biggest market caps on all the coins. Now, the next thing to point out is that Cardano aims to improve the interoperability, sustainability and scalability of the current system. Whilst I'm not a crypto expert and I don't fully understand the ins and outs of this, one of the things that struck me was this graph here. So you can see here the estimated annual energy consumption per year for each of these systems. So you've got the banking system, gold, Bitcoin, which is proof of work, and Cardano, proof of stake. With all the stuff that's been in the news recently about how unethical Bitcoin is because of how much energy it uses, which to me is still crazy considering the banking system uses more. But let's not get into that. Cardano seems to use way less energy. Now, whilst we're on the sustainability aspect, there was something that intrigued me as well on Twitter recently, where the Cardano Foundation posted this tweet, basically pitching to Tesla, asking if they were an obvious match. So you've got here basically founded by engineers, sustainability, unique solutions, and scalability. So considering Tesla has recently come out, Musk has come out recently and sort of bashed Bitcoin, and then this came out as well. It does make me wonder whether there is potential there for some sort of collaboration based on that sustainability factor. Now, I don't fully understand the proof of stake versus proof of work protocol, but you can see here on this other simple graph, you can pause the video if you want to read through it, but essentially proof of stake currencies can be several thousand times more cost effective. So again, this is used as one of the biggest reasons for why Cardano might end up essentially killing Ethereum. Now, the final thing to mention before I stop boring you with this stuff is the price predictions for ADA. So at the time of recording, ADA is trading at $1.49. That's about £1, I think. Now, if we look at the graph, it did reach 238 earlier on this month, which is awesome. And that's the point at which I was like 90% in profit and I couldn't believe my luck. And obviously now everything has crashed. Now there are loads and loads of different price predictions, and literally with cryptocurrencies, you have to take these with a pinch of salt. But they essentially range from like $2 to $6. $10 seems to be the one that everyone is mostly talking about. So you can see here that average predictions suggest that ADA is going to surge upward right from the beginning of 2021, which we did see when it hit that 238 recently. It will realize its highest value upsurge all throughout the year and might record a new all-time high. By the end of 2021, it could reach $10. Now, if you're buying at $1 and selling at $10, that's $9 profit per coin. So again, potential huge gain. Now you keep going on, and obviously this is all highly speculative, but you've then got things like $12, $22, $100, etc. Now for me, I'm gonna hold probably until like $5, $6 and then sell off quite a big chunk of it, and then basically hold the rest and see what happens. I do think it's a great project to invest in, but like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm still new to the crypto world, so I would love to know what you think and whether you're already an investor in Cardano. And yeah, hopefully this was a useful video. It's completely different to anything I've ever done. So yeah, grateful for your thoughts and feedback, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.